Hi, so this video is going to show us the final level of long division, step 4, and it's where we're going to use difficult numbers really, but also so that it takes you beyond the knowledge of up to 12 times tables, which often you're going to get in harder maths questions where you've got something divided by 13 or 23, for example, and it's how we tackle that using the same method. And it really brings the method into force so that when you don't know your times table facts, you can actually apply the method with the fact box, and I'll show you how it's done. So this is the Mastery Step 4 long division, and we are going to do 2,984 divided by 13. So as always, we have got the divisor, bus stop, dividend in exactly the same way. And the first thing we need to do is write our 13 times table down the side. Starts off okay, because adding 13 is fairly straightforward, because we can add one lot of 10 and 3 units. And then again. But once we get here, we go, might not be as easy mentally for lots of the children. So what we can do is we can do add 13 in a line, 3 add 9 is 12, and 3 add 1 is 5. And then I just cross that off. So I've got my next step here. Now I can add again mentally, but some people might not, so you can use that other method. I can add 3 to this, which is 8, and 1 digit to this, which is 7. Again, this one takes me over a 10 threshold, so I might write my add 13. So we've got 8, and then 7, 8, 9, and again I cross that off so that I'm ending up with the next step. So now I've got 1 times 13, 2 times 13, 3 times 13, 4 times 13, 5 times 13, 6 times 13, and 7 times 13. Now some of my more pupils that don't like this sort of mess, they do little additions on the side here, whichever way suits, so that you get this nice fact box, or some of them do it this way and then rewrite it out clearly here. That's entirely up to you. This is where your fact box really comes into play. So if you're not strong at times table, or if you're going to times tables that are unknown, it really is the best part of it. Once you've done that, pretty much your job is done. Now, once again, we start with 13 into 2. We know we can't do that. 13 times 0 is 0. So we're going to bring down this, and we're going to go over to our fact box to find out 29. So we know it's going to be 2 times, which is 26. 13 times 2 is 26. We're going to do the subtraction. It leaves us with 3. We do our nice long arrow to bring down the 8. Then we're going to go back how many 13s into 38? Fact box, it's 2 again. It's 2 again, so we've got quite a lot left over here, so you're going to see what happens here. So this is 26. Once again, we've got 2. 13 times 2 is 26. So 8 take away 6 is 2, and 3 take away 2 is 1. Now that's absolutely fine. You might be panicking at this point, but don't, because now we're going to need to go up to where we come to or near to 120. Well, in my earlier videos, I said that I will write some of them out, and then if I require any more, I'll carry on. And this is the example where we need to find how many 13s fit into 124, but we've only gone up to 91. So we're going to continue to add 13. So 3s onto that go 4, and 1 onto that becomes 10, so that's 104. So we're getting there. Adding 13 again, 3 onto that is 7, 1 onto that is 1, and let's go again. Now this time I'm going over a 10, so I'm going to write my add 13. So I've got 7 add 3 is 10, 1 add 1 is 3, 1, 130. And again, I cross out that 13 that I've added so that I know I've done it. Now I can go back to my division to carry on. We left our calculation at 124 because we hadn't gone far enough on our fact box. So we're now going to count until we get to a number that's before 24 or at 100, before 124 or at 124. So let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. We're going to go to 9. So 9 is 117, which we put here, and we do our final subtraction. And again, you can see at the top, we've got every place value column for our dividend has something above it. Again, which is why this placeholder is really helpful. So let's do our final subtraction. We actually need to do some carrying on this and some regrouping. So that becomes 7, 0, 0, and now we know we've got a remainder 7 because 13 can't go into 7. It also lets us know we haven't made a mistake. So in answer to this, the quotient for 2,984 divided by 13 is 229, remainder 7. Okay, so this is the final set of practice questions, and this is our step 4 mastery long division questions, and they will all require more complicated fact boxes, and some have remainder and some don't. So I hope it's been helpful with the division and that we've gone through all the steps. I would say the introductory to division and long division is year 3 or 4, dependent on your school. And this takes you all the way up to potentially year 8, I would say. Really by year 6, they should be able to do at least step 3. And if they're a higher level or going for the GDS in SATs, they would be looking at being able to do level 4. Or doing common entrance, I would say step 4 is where you should be at.